So the one last thing I want to say about the DMX picks, to emphasize that multiple keyframes in one universe is the last little bit of magical intrigue on what we can do with many, many more interesting pixel patterns with a small number of original DMX channels. So let's look at more than one keyframe at a time. And we will start with a 16 pixel keyframe. This is my top row on this demonstration. So on our sample source DMX row, remember from watching my other videos, you'll remember the bottom row here is a map one-to-one of the one wireless universe that is the data for everything we're doing here today. And it is divided into keyframes, and this is my first keyframe. It starts at channel number 1 and is 16 pixels long, which is 48 DMX channels. And now my top pixel string with some parameters in the DMX pix is translating that into a 500 pixel long pattern based on the keyframe. So that's our first one. Let's bring in another one. I've got another one that is also 16 pixels long. And now once again, here is the pattern coming out of the console. Got to keep emphasizing you're creating this. You could be doing it live. You could be improvising it. You're working in that 48 channel block right there, and the pix is mirroring it up using its morphing and patterning and translation methods that you've configured, and once again mapping that out to a 500 pixel length string. The third one you saw in my previous tutorial. This is one of my favorite patterns. This one is a longer keyframe, and the longer they get, the more interesting they become. This is 21 pixels, and that is mapped to this row. And then finally, I have some sort of Christmas light festoon LEDs wrapped around this stool, and the profile I have driving that is only 9 pixels long, really small. And we'll get that one up. Here is some blue buzz. So this is 9 pixels, and we end up with that replicated. Once again, I could put 500 pixels on that line, and it would pattern down, and I could just go forever till I run out of pixels, and that pattern maps onto that. So there you go. You've got demonstration of what the keyframe data really is. This is what you're programming in your console. If you go into this block of channels, you're affecting what this whole string of 500 is doing. On your console, if you're going into this block of channels, which you've defined, you've set the length, you've set how the DMX pix is going to do the morphing, then in that block of channels, you're controlling all of this to 500 pixels, and so on. So there's 4 of them here. You can do as many of these as you decide to fit into that universe, and we're not even at half of a universe yet. Once again, that's the power of going from this, 4 different things in a small space, to this, 4 different things in a very big space.